Welcome back to Grammar Grade 10. This is Unit 11, Lesson 84, and today quotation marks take on a job that has nothing to do with speech. We'll use them to dress the titles of short works, poems, songs, essays, chapters. We'll use them to flag slang and odd expressions. And we'll settle, once and for all, which punctuation marks belong inside those closing quotation marks and which belong outside. Let's dig in. Here is the first idea, and it's a simple one. Quotation marks enclose the titles of short works. And by short work, I mean a small piece that lives inside something bigger. Think of the poem Fog on the Bay. Think of the song Copper Kettle. Think of the essay Why We Walk. Each one is a single small piece of writing, a short story, a poem, an essay, an article, a song, even one chapter of a book. When you name a piece like that in a sentence, you wrap its title in quotation marks. Let me give you the picture that makes this rule stick. Imagine a book of poems called Shadows and Bells. Inside that book is a single poem, The Bells. That poem is one small piece inside the book, so its title gets quotation marks. The book that holds it, Shadows and Bells, is the whole work, the container, so its title gets italics instead. A small piece inside a bigger whole takes quotation marks. The whole work itself takes italics. Hold on to that picture, because in our very next lesson, we take up italics in full. Let's widen that out, because the pattern repeats everywhere you look. A chapter sits inside a book. An article sits inside a newspaper. An episode sits inside a series. A song sits inside an album. In every one of those pairs, the small thing lives inside the big thing. And in every one of those pairs, it is the small thing, the piece, that takes the quotation marks. So here's a handy test. If you can point to the larger container the title came out of, you are looking at a short work. Quotation marks have a second job today, and it is a quieter one. Use them around unfamiliar slang, around unusual or ironic expressions, and around any word you are using in a special sense. Look at the first sentence. The sailors call that rope a line. On a boat, the word line means something very particular, so we set it in quotation marks to tell the reader, careful, I am using this word in a special way. Now the second sentence. He called the rusted truck a beauty. The truck barely runs. Those quotation marks let the reader know he means the opposite. That is irony, and the marks are how we wink at it. Now let's connect this to the punctuation rules from our last lesson, because they apply to titles too. Commas and periods always go inside the closing quotation mark. We read Fog on the Bay, then talked about it. That comma tucks in. I finally learned Copper Kettle, and the period tucks in as well. But colons and semicolons go outside the closing mark. I love the essay Why We Walk. It changed my mind. That semicolon belongs to the sentence, not to the title, so it waits outside the quotation mark. Here is the short version, and it is worth memorizing. Comma and period in, colon and semicolon out. Question marks and exclamation points are the flexible ones. They can land inside or outside, and which one is right depends on who owns the question. Look at the first sentence. She asked, "Have you finished the poem?" The question is part of the words she spoke, so the question mark goes inside the closing quotation mark. Now the second sentence. Did she really say the poem is boring? This time, the quoted words are a flat statement. The question belongs to the whole sentence, the one you are asking. So that question mark goes outside. Whenever you are stuck, ask yourself one thing. Whose question is it? One last twist, and it is a neat one. Sometimes a quotation contains another quotation, often a title tucked inside the words that someone spoke. When that happens, the inner one drops down to single quotation marks. Watch. She said, "Read Fog on the Bay tonight." On the page, the outer quotation keeps its double marks, and the title inside it wears single marks instead. Double on the outside, single on the inside. That is the whole rule. Let's practice. In this first set, I'll name a title and you decide how to dress it. Quotation marks, because it is a short piece inside a bigger whole, or italics, because it is the whole work itself. Pause the video and choose before I reveal each answer. The title is the poem Winter Crows. A poem is a small piece of writing. It lives inside a book or a magazine. Because it is the short work and not the container, the answer is quotation marks. The title is the magazine Harbor Review. Now, a magazine is not a piece of something bigger. It is the container, the whole work. Articles live inside it. So Harbor Review takes italics. Chapter 4, The Long Road, Inside a Novel. A chapter is one piece of the book, and the book is the bigger whole. So the chapter title takes quotation marks, while the novel itself would take italics. In this second set, the title or the quoted words are already in place. Your job is the punctuation mark. Does it go inside the closing quotation mark or outside? Pause and decide before I answer. I read Winter Crows, and then a semicolon, and then it moved me. A semicolon is never part of a title. It belongs to the sentence. And semicolons always sit outside the closing quotation mark. So the answer is outside. She whispered, "The gate is open." And then the sentence ends with a period. Periods never wait outside. They always tuck in. So the period goes inside the closing quotation mark. Did he really say the bridge is closed? Look closely at the quoted words. They are a flat statement, not a question. The question belongs to the whole sentence, the one you are asking. So the question mark goes outside. Let's gather it all up. Quotation marks enclose the titles of short works, a poem, a song, an essay, an article, a chapter, a single episode. Remember the picture we drew. A small piece inside a bigger whole takes quotation marks, while the whole work itself takes italics. Quotation marks also mark unfamiliar slang, ironic or unusual expressions, and words used in a special sense. And for punctuation, commas and periods go inside the closing mark, colons and semicolons stay outside, and a question mark goes inside only when it belongs to the quoted words. Nice work today. In our next lesson, we take up italics, the other half of this picture. I'll see you there.